What's up? I'm coming through to see what's going on in the week ahead, the next 7 days. I was going to do it like Monday through Friday, but I feel like people are going to find this at different times of the week and to keep it more fluid. I'm going to do the next 7 days, okay? Alright. Thank you for always revealing messages with clarity and truth for the highest and good of all beings. So it is so. What is the energy that we are dealing with for day one? What's the energy that we need to be aware of for day one, Spirit? What's the energy for day one? We got the Five of Cups. So for the first day, or like whenever you send this video, either today or tomorrow, however it flows for you, you may need to be more aware of your emotional space, okay? It feels like with this person in this black, it just feels like he is choosing like depression over happiness, but like that's a crazy thing to choose. So I feel like it's just more be mindful of your energy right now, or the energies that are trying to trigger you or pull you into those spaces, because his head is down, like he just looked like wanna him like, just not to be funny or anything, because depression isn't a funny thing. I've experienced it myself, but I also, like, the lesson from that experience was that you have to be your own best friend. You have to be what gets you up out of that space. You have to be you have to choose what is better for you, because depression is a state of being. It's a feeling. It's choosing to like perpetuate the same like emotions and memories and shit that have already passed that you can't really do anything about. So I feel like over the next day or two, you need to be more mindful of the things that you have control over versus what you don't have control over, especially in your emotional spaces. And then the fives, they speak to changes and actually doing something that's going to initiate a change in feeling, whether it's bringing in or inviting in acceptance into your life. Like, this is just something that has happened to me. This is something that has happened already. It has already passed, and I have to allow myself the space to be okay with that. It doesn't mean it's going to change the situation or change the people or like the energy surrounding the experience. But what you can do is you can choose to separate your emotional space, separate the you who you are right now from the you who you were back then, by accepting this has already happened. This has already passed. And like there may be some forgiveness that you need to do for yourself, for others. And it's not like we don't forgive other people for them. We forgive them for us, in order for us to be lighted, in order for us to experience something other than the bullshit that we experienced from that situation. For some of y'all, maybe a relationship and a connection that's got you all in your feels. Okay, so just be mindful. Also, I'm getting the energy of like being aware of your expression, I'm hearing your verbal expression. So be aware of how you express an outward, whether this is you choosing to, with the head down, choosing to like go into hermit mode, go within. If you're going to go within to learn something about this situation. Don't go within to throw a pity party. Okay? Yeah. And then with the cups already spilled over, there's nothing that you can do about it. Like, if you truly understand that there's nothing that you can do about the space of the situation, then why are you choosing to pour energy? Why would you continue to pour energy into those spaces? Your energy is powerful and authentic. It feels like over the next day or two, you have to remind yourself of who you are. So when you find yourself like slipping into those emotional patterns or habits, or doing those things that it is that you know you don't want to do anymore, or being in a space that you know you don't want to be in, like, it feels like instead of like getting down on yourself or choosing to be down, like they're showing me the sunlight. So look at things with more clarity. Like, invite more healing, invite more peace into your space, of your situation. Okay, invite the sun into the dark space, because it's going to show you things for what they are. So it feels like if you are in a space of sadness, or choosing depression, or just people making you feel some type of way, because life, okay, life, things happen to everybody. But if you do find yourself in this space, then the advice would be for you to trying to find a more polite way, more politically correct way, because I did hear build the bridge and get over it, because it feels like maybe some people used to rush you through your feelings, or used to or they ignore how it is that you're feeling. So it also feels like honoring what it is that you're feeling, because it does matter, but also understanding that it does not define who you are. You decide who you are. So your emotions are not bigger than you. You are in control of your emotional spaces, and where you choose to dive, and how deep you choose to dive. Okay. All right, what is the energy that we need to be mindful of and aware of for day 2, Spirit? What's the energy that we need to be mindful and aware of for day 2? We got the Knight of Swords, so more movement. Okay, it feels like if you allow yourself to like flow through that emotional space, there'll be more movement when it comes to your mental, because the swords, they do speak to the mind. Okay, also making sure you're not rushing through those emotional spaces is important as well, because the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, we can find him to be a bit like spontaneous, or a bit too like quick with it. So don't try to like, okay, I'm better, and you know that you're not better. Like really sit and reflect and create space for healing. Invite healing into your space, into your life, into your mind, into your emotions, because that's what's actually going to get you up. Okay, and then you're also going to be able to hear spirit more clearly, because they got me focusing on the bird, and the fact that the wind is just like supporting you. It feels like energy is going to come in to support you once you allow yourself to honor the space that you're in. Okay, anything else? You may have to go against the grain, and it feels like a random message, but somebody may ask you for some money, and you need to be okay with telling them no. Or somebody's going to ask you for something. You need to assert your healthy boundaries, because it feels like with him just kind of holding on, like, this is all I got for me right now. So it feels like, especially with this emotional space coming up like this, it feels like you only have a certain amount of energy or whatever it is that you got, and you don't really have space and time for anybody or anything else right now. And you have to understand that that is okay. So don't be too quick to act, okay? Because that could come from a people-pleasing tendency or habit. So just be mindful of that, okay? Anything else with this Knight of Swords and this energy to be established? I'm hearing established for, like, why? Established I think it means to put something into creation. So like it feels like establishing a new energy, a new way that you feel like moving. His sword is in his hand, like, but the hand is wrapped up. So like your truth may hurt right now for you or other people, but it feels like the truth is what is setting you free. So you may need to look on this emotional space from a space of clarity and truth, which speaks to the Sun card. Okay. And also protecting your energy in this space, because this person has on a helmet, they got on a vest, they got on some boots, they got on their armor, and then both people got on like the same type of clothing, but one feels like armor, the other one feels like just like cloaking yourself in that, like, hello darkness my old friend type energy. So make sure you are mindful that you don't have to go into those spaces, because this is an opportunity for you to be able to transmute that energy and to move forward, and to also show you that you don't have to sit and throw yourself a pity party for forever. Like, give yourself enough space and time, but like don't let it be like 5 years later, like SpongeBob type shit. Okay. What's the energy that we need to be aware of for day 3, Spirit? What's the energy that we need to be aware of? My ears are ringing, so it feels like listening. Okay. Listening. So really listening, allowing yourself to listen, is what's going to bring back peace and harmony. Okay. After the movement, but you have to move yourself. You got to do something to move yourself up out of the space of the situation. So if it's accepting that things are what they are, and you allowing yourself the space to be able to move and do something different, then do that. If it's removing yourself out of that relationship or connection, or removing or calling back your energy and your power, then do that. Because once you allow yourself to do that over the next couple days, what you're going to then experience is being able to see yourself again. You see, I feel like these birds are like you reflecting you back to you, like, girl, I do love you. We were just growing through something. So right now you may just be growing through a space, but with the tens, that speaks to endings and new beginnings, and then it's in the cups. So yeah, definitely different type of energy. So yeah, it feels like you will make the choice to be able to like accept and heal and feel in the spaces it is that you're flowing through. Also, like with the 7 and the 8 of Wands coming out here, 7 to the 8, that speaks to progression. But the 7, it speaks to feeling like you have to like be defensive. And like I said, you're already protected in the spaces it is that you're flowing through. So don't become so defensive over your emotional space. Understand that you just need to flow through them. You do. You just need to flow through them. You are protected in this space. You see the light around your head, okay? Like you're keeping your mind clear as you are diving deeper into those emotional spaces. But you definitely will be moving forward with this 8 of Wands. And again, that's like another quick energy, like quick moving energy that's flowing, okay? And the 8s, they speak to cycles. So like allowing yourself to flow through this cycle quicker than you usually would have, because you have more patience. You're taking the time to actually alchemize this energy. And I love that for you. Yeah. So that next 2 days, alchemize that shit, because that's what's going to create the space in order for you to move. Yeah. Okay? To move and groove and do your thing. What is the energy? What do we need to be aware of for the 4th day? Day 4, Spirit. Thank you for always revealing messages for clarity and truth for the highest healing good of all people and beings. So it is so. Day 4 is energy, Spirit. Day 4. Okay. We got the 6 of Pentacles, which speaks to reciprocity, back in yours, into the space where you have more than enough to give. So it feels like day 2, no, I ain't got it. Like 1 and 2, and maybe a little bit of 3, I ain't got it, because I need to give it back to me. And then there's 2 scales like coming out here. So definitely getting yourself back into a space of balance and harmony where you have more than enough to give. But for a little second, it felt like with the Justice and your sword is all a little bung up, boo. It felt like you had to like honor your truth in this space that you were flowing through, especially when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to like feeling like you don't have enough, or feeling like people are kind of leaving you on red, feeling like people just kind of leaving you out there to be able to take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, physically. And then like you're not, it just feels like you're not getting back what it is that you give into those spaces and those situations, which is then causing you not to be able to sleep. But Spirit is asking you to rest, okay? Rest more. Worry less, stress less, rest more, okay? It feels like that's what, like that is coming back into harmony, because you may not have been sleeping, or you may have been overthinking about these emotional spaces, or like picking up on other people's energy. Because that 5 of Cups could also talk about you feeling heavy because you're taking care of everybody's everything, and you don't need to take care of everybody's everything right now. You need to focus on you, which is going to bring you back into the space where you have, like, your cup is full with the 6 of Pentacles energy. Your resources are full and then overflow, because you have, and now you have more than enough. But that's because you got back to that 10 of Cups. Back to seeing yourself, loving yourself, taking care of you and yourself, so that you can take care of those that are connected to you, those that are around you. Yeah. So yeah, during like the middle of the week coming up, you'll get back together. So like, don't trip. Like, just flow. Honor what you need to honor. Feel those emotions. Move yourself into a new space to like change your mind, so that you can shift that energy up, so that you can get back to what it is that you know that you're supposed to be doing. All right, what we got for day 5, Spirit? What's the energy for day 5? Thank you for always revealing messages with clarity and truth. Okay, look at that. I didn't even realize that was like flipped like that. Day 5, 7 of Pentacles. You like the 6 to the 7. Come on now. Yeah, the 7 to the 8, and then the 6 to the 7. So definitely progression. Good Lord. I didn't even realize all of these. There's a lot of them that's turned. And look, the 8 of Pentacles right there. All right, we got the 9 of Swords. We getting up out of our head, okay? Out of my head. Because I guess that's where like we stay trapped in depression and shit right there. And then she got on that Earn Straight, which speaks to that emotional space. So yeah, in your head about your emotions and about things it is that you have no control over. If you can't do anything about it, you just can't do anything about it. There's no reason for you to stress and be depressed and a hot ass mess. You can't do nothing about it. Okay? And I know I'm making it seem or appear more simple, but I understand because I grow through these spaces as well, boo. So I'm just like giving you some advice from spirits, shits. We also have the World card, so definitely allowing yourself to be more vulnerable and honest and authentic about what it is that is going on in your mental as well as your emotional space. But the World card, it speaks to a successful completion of a cycle. So I love that for you. Then we got the page, like 2 pages. You got the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Definitely being able to plant and sow new seeds in your mind from that ending, from allowing yourself to be able to be free. It feels like the mental is flowing better, okay? And you see how his hand is over his chest right there? Like following, like being able to follow through what your heart is asking you to do, and then plant that seed and allow that seed to grow. And then we got the Death card coming out here. So yeah, definitely a lot of shifts and transitions. So you're planning for a new rebirth in your emotional space as well as your mental space right now. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles coming out here. So definitely putting in the work. So just focus on your work this week. And your work is yourself. Okay? Your work is yourself. Focus on you. Focus on doing what's best for you. Taking care of you, handling you, okay? And then you will have more than enough to be able to give. Also, on day 5, it feels more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it feels more like what you're doing with the 7 of Pentacles is being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like seeing how far you've come in just a couple days, where it used to take you a couple weeks, couple months, couple years to get over some things. So yeah, I love that for you. I do. And his hand is on the tool. Like you have the tools it is that you need. And if you find yourself at the end of the week still like dealing with or growing through your emotional space, give yourself grace and continue to go, because like confirmation on that, continue to grow, because it takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while for that seed to bear fruit, but because it's, baby, yeah, it's already fruitful. And some endeavors in spaces is that you're flowing through is already fruitful, and you will be able to like reap your rewards, get what it is that you're deserving of. What's on day 6, Spirit? Oh, reap your rewards. And then we got the Page of Wands, which is bringing up passion. Like you're going to feel more passionate again, more connected again. Like those emotional spaces are going to feel freer and more whole and more receptive to life and love and joy and peace and the things it is that you were looking for and looking forward towards. Sometimes we have to understand when we ask for something, it comes in a different package. So you may have asked for something and it came through the space of emotional awareness and emotional intelligence. And then for day 7, we got the Hierophant. So definitely higher knowledge, higher learning. Yeah, definitely learning more about yourself. Learning more about like letting go of the shit that's stressing you and just building continuously, steadily. And that's how you're going to get to where it is that you need to get to. Yeah. I like that the Hierophant was at less. Yeah, I like this. You got a really beautiful and interesting week ahead of you. And my advice would be to stay true to you. Remember that emotions are energy in motion. They are meant to be felt, okay? They're meant to be felt. You're not supposed to become them. Because you are not the sadness itself. Because that's what we have your ass stressed and depressed and how that's meant. So bringing some clarity to your emotional space is what will allow you to exit those cycles. Anything else, Spirit? I'm going to pull an Oracle card. And then I'm going to tap out of this energy for you. Thank you for, showing up. If you would like to book a personal service, that link is linked in my description box below. Visit my website at stellagoddess.com. Okay? I feel like my eyes are big as hell. Because I be trying to, whatever. Stay focused. I feel like that's also a message. Just stay focused. Don't get distracted this week, because emotions are going to try to distract you. Okay, there are going to be people coming into your space, ask you shit or trying to pick with you or fuck with you when you're down. And it's like, girl, give me a second. Give me a second. And we got the Void for your oracle for this week. You are between the Void. Good Lord. You are between what was and what will be. Though this space may feel uncertain, it's preparing you for what's to come next. Though this space may feel uncertain, especially in this little emotional space right now, it's preparing you for what is to come next. And that is what I have for you for this energy check-in for your upcoming week. Okay? Stay safe, stay healthy, stay abundantly blessed, and I'll catch you next time.